Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. Today I'm going to be discussing steam laundries. When I worked for a company, broadcasting company, driving a minivan around reporting traffic conditions, I used to drive on New York Avenue. That was one of my major roads, and I used to drive by a building called Yale Steam Laundry. And I always wondered what the history of the building was. The building was vacant, had a smokestack, and got a little information off of Wikipedia about Yale Steam Laundry. Historic residence located on 443 New York Avenue, Northwest D.C. Original Yale Steam Laundry complex includes 3 Neo-Renaissance and Colonial Revival facilities built in 1902, 1919, and 1924, and designed by architect Albert B. Mullett and Thomas Francis Jr. The laundry closed in 1976. The building was redeveloped as condominiums in 2008, and buildings were put on the historic register in 1999. Little history of steam laundry itself. The Tolman Steam Laundry was one of dozens of such establishments that competed for customers in Washington from the end of the 19th century into the middle of the 20th. Tolman was founded in 1879 and started out at the northwest corner of 6th and C Streets Northwest. In 1931, it moved to a $500,000 facility at Wisconsin Avenue and Jennifer Street Northwest, roughly where the Friendship Heights Metro Station's south entrance is today. Steam laundries were industrial operations different from what were known as hand laundries. They were called steam laundries not because they used to steam clothes, but because they were used, steam engines were used to power them. Thus, that called for the need of smokestacks. 1940 Washington Post article explained the process. Drivers working on commission would pick up bundles of soiled laundry, and the bundles were weighed, tagged, and set with brass identification pins. Sent to the sorting room in 40 bundle lots. Sorters would break open each bundle, list each piece with typewriter-like machine, mark them with indelible ink and visible only in infrared light, and separated them into 3 groups: white clothes, colors, and fugitives, where the colors ran. The items were loaded into massive washing machines, then moved through several suds and rinse cycles. Then it was on to a large sieve-like cylinders for drying. Sheets were dried differently from socks, socks differently from shirts, shirts differently from towels. Each category of item was pressed differently too. But sometimes the systems broke down. A lot of people were very ambivalent about laundries. They had a tendency to lose things and also ruin your clothes. They used a lot of harsh chemicals, and the machines sometimes tore apart items that were fragile. Still reading, I found that the Arcade Laundry and Sunshine Dry Cleaning Laundry and Dyeing Company at Lamont Street were other competitors to Yale Steam Laundry. And the Palace Laundry was owned in 1947 by George Preston Marshall. He finally sold the business to concentrate on his football team, the Washington Redskins, the founder of the Washington Redskins. And there was the Old Colony Laundry on Blair Road in Tacoma, which boasted a wonderful slogan, "We wash everything but the baby." There were Chinese laundries such as A. Wong at 2nd Street and Pennsylvania Avenue Southeast. The decline of steam laundries started in the 1930s with the first viable electric washing machines, said historian Arwin. People's reasoning is to get the labor for free when you don't really, but nobody thought women's work was valuable back then. Advances in fabric made a difference too. No one in their right mind would iron a sheet now, she said, but it's sort of necessary in the age before things were permanent press. A lot of the clothing that we knit, which doesn't lend itself to commercial process. I guess this was somebody interviewed a woman in this. I'm kind of going through different paragraphs in the article, kind of picking. So this must have been part of an interview. I didn't notice that before. 1973, Tolman sold Manhattan Laundry, and Manhattan merged with Aristo Laundry in 1976. A year later, Aristo threw in a towel, and that was it. So that was pretty much the end of the steam laundries in Washington, D.C. But I thought I'd give you a little insight about that because I was curious about it myself, seeing that building. And as always, thanks for watching.